On Wednesday, Republican presidential candidate Senator John McCain addressed a campaign rally in the Little Saigon area of Westminster, California. His remarks are 30 minutes.
Okay, you're gonna have to go down the steps there because we're gonna tell people. Hey, Howard, the PA system down.
Okay, Nina, you copy? Okay, tell me when you want to start this introduction here.
Okay, well look, go on this side.
Start the introduction now. Starting introduction now.
Hey, let him get this
Starting
mic up.
introduction now.
Tell him how to get this mic up.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm little Saigon welcome to the next President of the United States, Senator John McCain.
There we go.
Xin quý vị, hãy cùng chúng tôi
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's great to see you. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you. Hey, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Big newspaper for you today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Good to see you. Can you take that?
Senator McCain, thank you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's great to see you. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. It's good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Thank you.
Two
Thank
steps.
you. Okay, two steps
up. One.
Thank you. How are you? Pleasure to see you. Thank 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 you, my friend. Great. Thank you. It's good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's wonderful to see you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's wonderful to see you. Thank you. Thank you.
Here we are. We're making a turn, Senator.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Look at this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. It's great to see you. Thank 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 you very much. Thank you. It's good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. It's good to see you. Thank you. Thank you.
4 steps up.
Okay, I got you. I got you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And God bless. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. How are you? Nice to meet you. Can we shake hands? How are you? Good. Good. Look at this, huh, Cindy? And look at these beautiful little girls, huh? Let's say hello. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Chị John McCain, ứng cử viên tổng thống của Đảng Cộng hòa trong kỳ sơ bộ năm nay. Xin gửi cho một tràng pháo tay cho thượng nghị sĩ John McCain. And the Vietnamese American community welcome you here today, and we're honored to have all of you here. And we have some small present to you. The next one.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Please give him the big hand, please.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now I would like to introduce Major Phan Quang. He used to be a major in Marine Corps in Desert Storm. He graduated from UCLA, and now he is the CEO of the My Telecom company. He wants to say a few words. Phan Quang and his father.
Xin kính chào toàn thể quý vị. Good evening to all of you and to Senator John McCain and his lovely wife, Cindy. And welcome to Westminster, the all-American city in Orange County. This is where proud Americans work hard to live the American dream in California and in Orange County. And today, our honored guest, Senator McCain, strives to renew that dream for all Americans. Nearly 25 years ago, many of the residents standing here tonight arrived in the United States in search of freedom. our most precious right. We left a place where many Americans would like to forget, a place called Vietnam. It is the legacy, the aftermath of Vietnam, which continues to be a vital part in the lives of many here tonight. Many important issues are on the ballot this year, and our community recognizes them. But at the international level, nothing matters more than the pending trade accord with Vietnam. Human rights and political reforms are our last-ditch efforts in dealing with the hardliners over there. We need your support, Mr. Senator. Many of us here tonight are here tonight is due to the sacrifice of those who gave up their lives to fight for freedom in South Vietnam. Senator McCain and his American colleagues paid a dear price over there. Mr. Senator, just like you, I have the faith of my father and his South Vietnamese colleagues. My father, who suffered 13 years in hard labor camps, was a former fighter pilot like Senator John McCain. Let's give a round of applause to all veterans and all those who fought for freedom in South Vietnam. Even though we've enjoyed the tremendous freedom and prosperity today, we must anticipate the dangers of tomorrow. We need to maintain a strong, capable, and ready military. We need somebody like Senator John McCain to bring the respect and readiness back to our U.S. military. It is my tremendous honor to welcome to Little Saigon, to Orange County, one of my heroes when I was in Pensacola, Florida, one of America's most treasured hero, a man who will bring respect and honor back to the White House. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm Orange County and Little Saigon welcome to the next President of the United States, the Honorable John McCain.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank some men in the back here that, in case you haven't a chance to see them, perhaps I could look at this on their chest. 18 years POW, 21 years, 18 years. 14 years, 14 years, 18 years, 19 years, 21 years. Thank them. My friends, I have a dear friend of mine who I want to introduce to you for just a minute tonight. But what these men endured was far, far greater suffering than any of us who were American POWs suffered. We owe you our respect, our love, and affection, and we thank you for your service and sacrifice. Could we thank these brave men? I'd like to introduce to you, just for a few words, the first American POW who was captured in North Vietnam. He was shot down in August of 1964, was repatriated in January of 1973. A man whom, whenever I or others began to feel a little sorry for ourselves, we would think about the fact that he had been there a good long period of time, more than the rest of us. Ladies and gentlemen, would you give a warm welcome to Everett Alvarez.
Thank you very much. It is my honor to be with you tonight, especially with the gentleman that just left the stage. These are real heroes, and my hat goes off to them. Thank you. I was the first one shot down over North Vietnam, as John just said. Somebody had to go do the advance work for this group. And coming out of that experience, you know, you learn to take a positive outlook on life. If I look back on that experience, I have to say that if I look at it positively, that I'm glad that I was shot down, because if I had not, I would not have ever met John McCain. This fellow had severe injuries. Anybody, normal person, I think, would have never made it, but he had the courage and the fortitude and the will to do it. And I am very happy to be here in Orange County. I'm happy to be here tonight to do whatever I can to show my support for whom I think the man that should be our next commander-in-chief, our next president of the United States, the man who has the experience and the ability to lead this nation forward, John McCain. It is a pleasure to be with you, sir.
I know many of you know our State Assemblywoman, Marilyn Brewer. Thank you, Marilyn, for being here, and thank you for your service to the state of California. And could I just ask for a few words from a man who should be in the United States Senate, a man who is a conservative, a man who is a patriot, and a man who I am proud to consider a friend and a great supporter. Would you please welcome for a few words, Bruce Hershenson.
Thank you. 2 months from today, on April the 30th, it's going to be the 25th anniversary of the tragic fall of Saigon. As a former president would have put it, that's a day that has lived in infamy. The only good thing that came of that, the only good thing, is that many of you came here, and you made this a better county and a better country. Senator McCain will not tell you this, but I want to tell you something that I think is worth knowing, particularly for the younger ones who perhaps were born here and your parents came here. He was beaten severely for not visiting with 3 Americans who came to Hanoi, Ramsey Clark, Tom Hayden, and Jane Fonda. Jane Fonda came to make propaganda, Jane Fonda came to make propaganda broadcasts for Hanoi. She visited with some prisoners, very, very few. She came back to the United States and said that the prisoners were being very well treated. After the prisoners came back home and John McCain came back home, and they were able to tell their stories, she called them liars and hypocrites. It is the sweetest justice to me that John McCain became senator and is running for this office, and the sweetest justice of all would be if this community would put him over the top in California and make him president of the United States. And make him president of the United States.
Thank you, Bruce. I'd like to introduce you to the mother of our 4 children, Megan 15, Jack 13, Jimmy 11, and Bridget 8, my wife, Cindy McCain, who also attended the University of Southern California. So I thank all of you for being here. It's wonderful. It's wonderful to be here. This is the community that really epitomizes what America is all about. 25 years ago, there were people here who came and voted with their feet and voted on boats to come and flee to freedom, that didn't have a penny in their pocket, speak a word of English, and now are part of the great American success story and the American dream. I congratulate you. I promise you, what you have done for America is what people for more than 2 centuries have done for America, and that is you have given us new blood. You have given us new vitality. You have given us new strength, and you have maintained the United States of America as the greatest nation in the world, and I thank you for what you have done for America, not for what America has done for you. Some remember the pictures of the boats being picked up in the Gulf of Tonkin. Some remember the planes crashed and the helicopters as people fled sometimes execution, or at least many, many years of imprisonment at the hands of the communists. These brave soldiers who just stood here were the unlucky ones, 14, 18, 21 years in the so-called re-education camps. My friends, I'm going to talk about heroes in a few minutes, but these are our heroes. These are our enduring examples of the ability of the human spirit to survive under the most difficult and trying circumstances. And in their company, I am humbled, and I thank them, and I thank you for honoring them every single day. I want to also point out to you a fact that it took a long time for many Americans to recognize. Yours was a noble cause. Yours was the cause of freedom. Yours was the cause of democracy. Yours was the cause of human rights. Yours was the cause of opportunity. And you did not receive that cause to be succeeded because we also failed you. And that is a fact. My hero and yours, Ronald Reagan, had the strength when he came to office and said the Vietnam War was a noble cause. And those who needed further proof that it was a noble cause found out when Saigon fell. The executions, the imprisonment, the brutality, and the inhuman treatment that unfortunately in some parts of Vietnam goes on to this day. And I know that you will never rest until every single citizen of Vietnam enjoys the basic human rights and freedom that every person on this earth deserves, and you will not rest until they achieve that. And someday, all over Vietnam, as next Tuesday, the citizens of Vietnam will be able to go and exercise one of the most fundamental and precious rights of democracy, and that is to cast a ballot, to elect their own leaders, to select the people they want to guide them, not having it imposed by some communist party bosses and Politburo apparatchiks that have neither the knowledge, the desire, nor the ability to help the people of Vietnam achieve the freedom and democracy that they deserve. I want to mention to you again the remarkable success of not only the Vietnamese community but the Asian community in America. When we look across America today and we see in every profession, we see in every walk of life, we see in service to our community in our nation, whether it be in the armed forces or in our high-tech industries, we find our Asian Americans and our Vietnamese Americans, and we are proud of your contributions. I praise you, and I praise your parents, the parents who work so hard day after day, week after week, so that their children can have the education that will give them the opportunity in this country. It's a remarkable story, and I say thank you and God bless you to the parents, the first generation, for what you have done. My friends, I'm running for president because I want to reform the government. I want to reform education in America so that every parent in America has the ability that wealthy parents have to send their child to the school of their choice in their neighborhood. I want to reform the military so once again we can have a proud military, a military that has not been degraded as it has been by this administration and neglect of the Congress. We have 12,000 enlisted families, proud, brave young men and women in the military that are on food stamps. That's a national disgrace. There will be no food stamp army when I am the President of the United States, my friends. And for the first time in history, we have a President of the United States a Secretary of Defense and a Secretary of State, none of whom has ever spent 1 minute wearing the uniform of the Armed Services of the United States. That's going to change as well, my friends. We live in a dangerous world, especially in Asia. The Chinese are now threatening Taiwan. Taiwan, a freely elected and democratic government. The North Koreans have tested 3-stage missiles over Japan. This president goes to China. Well, in 1992, this president called the Chinese the bloody butchers of Beijing. In 1998, he put his arm around Jiang Zemin and called him our strategic partner. My friends, they're not our strategic partners. Japan is our strategic partner. South Korea is our strategic partner. Taiwan is our strategic partner. China is a ruthless nation emerging on the world scene as a superpower. And the Chinese must be told clearly and unequivocally that if they commit aggression against Taiwan, the consequences for that aggression will far exceed anything they might gain from committing aggression against a democratic, freely elected government in Asia. I want to talk to you just for a second why else I want to reform the government. Because the government, my friends, with all the opportunity that so many of our Asian American friends have been able to take advantage of, has been taken over by the big money and the special interest. And I'm out to break the iron triangle in Washington of big money lobbyists and legislation so you can get your government back, and I will fight for that until the last breath I draw. My friends, the establishment, we're taking on the establishment, and the establishment is fighting back. And I'll tell you what, I'm just like Luke Skywalker getting out of the Death Star, and we're going to beat him. We've taken some hits, but we're going to beat him, and I'm going to take this cause and this crusade all the way to the White House in Washington, D.C., and you're invited there next January. Nothing would honor me more. Nothing would honor me more to raise my hand, to be sworn in, not only as President of the United States, but as the Commander-in-Chief of our armed forces, and to have some of our brave, wonderful Vietnamese survivors, patriots, heroes at my side. Because it was my experience with you, that were the defining period of my life. I was not a hero in the Vietnam War. My great privilege was to serve in the company of heroes. I was able to observe 1,000 acts of courage and compassion and love as we struggled against our communist captors. It was my great honor to know Everett Alvarez and Robinson Reisner and Nguyen Quoc Dat, a South Vietnamese pilot who spent time in our prison camp with us as well. It was my privilege to serve in the company of heroes. And my friends, on occasion in Washington, more than once, in the morning or in the evening, sometimes I go down to that wonderful memorial on the Mall, where the real heroes of the Vietnam War are memorialized, the real heroes. Those 50-some thousand young Americans who left their homes and their farms and their villages and their towns and their cities and went 10,000 miles away and gave their lives in defense of someone else's freedom. Those are the heroes of the Vietnam War, those who caution me when I think about the fact that it was a noble cause, and it instructs all of us that service and sacrifice is really what America is all about. And someday, outside of Saigon, there's going to be another memorial. And etched on that memorial will be the names of our proud, brave Vietnamese soldiers who served and sacrificed and have never been properly memorialized. I promise you, we will never forget their service, their sacrifice. They lie in unmarked graves all over South Vietnam. And someday, we will give them the proper honor, the proper dignity, and the proper resting place that they deserve because of their sacrifice and behalf of freedom of their countrymen and women. I promise you that will be my goal. Now may I say to you, my dear friends, I am so honored to be in your company. When my staff told me we were going to be spending time here in California, of course, I said I'd like to spend some time with my Vietnamese friends because I am honored by your friendship. I am honored by being able to partake in efforts to bring so many of you here to the United States to freedom. And I am honored by the mutual respect and affection that we hold for each other. And of course, a common experience in fighting for the cause of freedom. I want to assure you as President of the United States that I will never forget those lessons that you have taught me and how you embody now the greatness and strength of America, the opportunity, the beauty, and the wonder of this noblest experiment in the history of the world, which allows us to come to its call and serve and sacrifice and benefit from being part of the greatest nation that the world has ever seen. I thank you. I ask for your support. I ask for you to vote next Tuesday and send a message to Washington. Thank you and God bless you and thank you all. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you, sir.
I was at Guadalcanal. I joined at a 16-year-old, 127 pounds, 5'9". I was wounded right from Mundy Air Force.
Wonderful.
And then I joined the Maryland Marauders and went behind the lines over there.
Wonderful.
And my son is from Vietnam.
Great.
And he's a Vietnam vet.
Great.
So I just... And my son's, I'm a Democrat and he's a Republican.
Great.
We're both voting for you.
Thank you, sir. It's wonderful to see you.
We believe in everything you're doing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. You're a surfer. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go down here. Come down here. are you?
I have a present.
Now one more
Thank
step.
you.
I've been praised.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Let's do it, baby. Let's
One more step, Senator. Welcome home, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you, old friend. It's good to see you. Thank you. It's great to see you. Thank you. Thank you. How are you?
Great.
Thanks for coming. Thank you. Thank
One
you.
more step, Senator.
Yeah, gotcha.
Here we go.
Gotcha.
Welcome to years ago. Welcome to years ago.
Thank you. Thank you, my friend.
Welcome to years ago.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's good to see you. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome to years ago.
McCain! Senator, you can turn right around for a POW from World War II in a wheelchair immediately on your right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. It's wonderful to see you. Thank you for serving our country. We're honored by you. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Help bring the Khmer to justice. Bring
Yes.
the Khmer to trial. Pol Pot.
Yes, sir. He should be on trial. Should be on trial.
You help them, Randy.
Yes, sir.
Them, Randy.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much. How are you?
I never thought I'd see a day a damn old Democrat like me would register and vote for Republican.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
God bless you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thumbs up.
How are you?
I know.
Thank you. Easy, easy. There you go.
Thank you, Senator.
Careful, 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 careful.
Don't push
Careful,
everybody, please.
careful, careful.
Don't push everybody.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Semper Fi. Semper Fi. Semper Fi. Thank you. Thank you. We're okay. All right. Careful. Careful.
Don't push. Don't push.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for serving. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It's great to see you. Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, I gotta go.
Okay, we love you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
for you. A little rough.
Last one, Mr. President.
Thank you. It's okay. You're okay. You're okay. We're okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for everything. Thank you.
Next time I talk to you, I want it to be Mr. President.
Thank you, sir. I look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Runners and independents.
It's great to see you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
My grandfather served with your dad.
Is that right?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank him for me, will you?
I will. Thank you.